Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Fargo series. This is episode 5 of season 1 and it is called The 6 Ungraspables. Last episode, we saw Billy Bob Thornton's character get arrested and then we watched him play the part of the preacher until he got released. It was such a hilarious segment watching him play that character. And then he promised Colin Hanks that he would be saying you're making a mistake in a few hours, and he was true to his word. I loved that entire segment. I was cracking up all the way through watching him play that part. And we also saw Lester get captured by those organised crime guys and taken out to the lake, only for him to use the taser on one, run away, jab a police officer to get arrested. He's a very resourceful guy, is our Lester, considering how much of a pushover he was in the first episode of this show. But of course, it didn't quite work out how we planned because the two henchmen guys then got themselves arrested and put in the same cell as Lester. I hope this episode opens with that scene because I really want to see what's going to happen in that cell. After Billy Bob Thornton was released, he instantly enacted the locust plague part of his biblical plan against the supermarket king, and we saw all the locusts throughout the entire supermarket. And also, side note, I want to say, in my spare time this week, I rewatched the original Fargo, so now I understand that the supermarket king found that briefcase at the side of the road, which Steve Buscemi's character hid in the original Fargo. So I completely understand that flashback in the last episode now, we're good. But yeah, cannot wait to get into this week's episode. This is episode 5 of season 1, The 6 Ungraspables. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. I now also understand that the text that comes up at the start of every episode talking about it being a true story is a direct lift from the original film, keeping the tone of the original from the very start.
Why irregular?
Oh, they put a lady's sock in there with the gents.
Still, if it's a good deal, I'll take the lady sock, man sock combo.
How much?
You tell me. The sign says best offer. What are you offering?
Nice, now this is my sort of shop. I would start low. 50 cents?
$2.
Stonewalling the $2. I thought that was quite fair.
$3?
This guy is not impressed.
You give me $55, I'll give you the socks. And throw in this 12 gauge.
What a strange deal shift, but I will take your 12 gauge for $50. I mean, that is a good price for a gun.
What the heck are you gonna do with that?
It's for protection.
Ah, we're getting a flashback. So that's how we got hold of a firearm.
If anyone could shoot themselves in the face with an unloaded firearm, it's you.
Oh my god, she was such a bitch. Not a completely incorrect bitch, but still a bitch. I cannot believe that price. Is that how much a shotgun runs for in America? $50. I'll take 10.
What did you do? You killed her.
And now we're getting a sort of flashback to just after he's killed his wife. He was definitely planning on killing Billy Bob Thornton in this scene, before the police showed up.
Furlong. No, she's at my brother's.
Lucky for him, he found it first. Unlucky for the police officer. Damn, I've never seen a bullet time of individual shotgun pellets before. Ah, and then a progression of his wound festering. That was really interesting direction and camera work there. And he looks like he really needs to get some medicine for it pronto. I suppose they can't really rough him up inside this cell, otherwise they won't get released and they'll get extended time in jail.
An insurance salesman. Now that is not... I got no...
What the fuck is he doing?
You said... him. You said it was him. Not you.
Shit, I forgot he implicated Billy Bob Thornton.
No, wait.
Ah, fuck, I was worried that's what the sock was going to be used for.
I need a name. I need a name.
I'll give you any name you want, just don't put that fucking sock back in my mouth.
Malvo!
Malvo? Is that a first name?
I'm still worried for Lester's life now he's told them, because they killed that other guy just because he sort of looked like him and they had no evidence it was him.
Lauren Malvo? You killed him? You killed Hess.
I'm actually looking forward to these guys catching up with Billy Bob. I think Malvo will deal with these two guys though. I don't doubt Billy Bob Thornton getting himself out of any situation at this point. He's too savvy. He seriously needs some anti-infection medicine.
This case is it's heating up.
That much, huh? Jeez. You're saying 2 feet new accumulation.
Oh my god. I feel her pain so badly. There's nothing worse than working with inept people.
She got a name for him too. Lorne Malvo.
And you found this how?
His first instinct is to always wonder how she got so far ahead and almost get offended at it, rather than intake the information she's actually given him.
Hess was laughing about this fella that he bullied. Broke the poor guy's nose, she said. The same day.
Lester.
Is he actually starting to realise she's putting 2 and 2 together yet? He looked like he is.
Shortly thereafter, about Mrs. Nygaard and the chief are murdered. Chief?
Yeah, tell him I'll call him back.
He's actually listening, nice.
I'm not sure if he was drunk or what.
He's in custody?
I told Dougie to keep him overnight, let him sleep it off.
I knew she was going to love the fact she could get a chance to interview Lester in his cell. It's nice that Bob Odenkirk's actually on the same page now. He's been one step behind this entire show. Welcome to the same page, Bob.
It's on the front.
The computer's at the precinct. Have it on the back.
That's hilarious because all administration and office computers are like 1 decade behind modern home computer technology.
Is there anything with a picture?
What the fuck? His network must be able to create fake pictures and websites and everything. Either that or he actually went out there to, play the charade for a bit, but I doubt he's done that.
Lorne Malvo. Could you check?
Nothing.
Just by that, I believe Lorne Malvo is his real name. His fake name's got all this shit on the internet, his real name has nothing. Makes sense.
I need a police scanner.
Got a special on remote control helicopters.
I just wanted the scanner, but I'll take 2 helicopters as well. This guy would make a fortune out of me with his little side hustles.
Do I look like I want a pink police scanner?
I don't know. Could be a gift for a lady.
I wish I knew a guy with a van with all this cool shit in it.
Maybe I could give it to you. Call you up late at night. You can listen to me shit on people.
Not the traditional way they're used, but you never know.
Don't talk.
Are you calling him?
I said don't talk.
Yeah, if I was this fitness instructor, I would just sit back and watch the master work. He has nothing to offer himself.
The blackmail, I'm gonna pay it.
Tell me what he said.
It doesn't matter now. I broke a promise.
That is a man with the fear of God in him.
Take Dimitri someplace safe till this all blows over. He thinks I'm crazy. You think I'm crazy?
We're only as good as the promises we keep.
Keep perpetuating the belief. Nice.
He's gonna pay?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. $1 million?
I wonder if he'll actually give the fitness instructor the money he wanted for his Turkish bath. Wouldn't surprise me if he just killed him.
I always like that part of movies where the characters, they just lay in a big pile of...
You got a drill?
I like that scene in Breaking Bad where Bill Burr and Hugh laid on the money.
So what do we do? Just like call him in the morning, tell him where to meet us, or I don't know, these?
This is such you're about to die talk.
Did you mean to lock me in here?
Why would he be doing this? I swear Billy Bob is just gonna kill this guy. I actually hope he doesn't. Don't get it twisted. The fitness instructor's a bit of a douche for initially ransoming the supermarket king, but I don't think he deserves death. But then nicer people have died in this show already, so what are you gonna do? Clean up that pool of blood already, Lester. It cannot be good for your mental health to look at that every time you walk past it.
Is it a cut or what is it?
Puncture, maybe. Hard to tell with all the gore.
Mr. Nygaard, can you hear me?
This small infection has played such a significant part in Lester's story. I've got a feeling that it's going to end up incriminating him in some way.
When he came for the money?
They never paid. I didn't pay.
Yeah, okay, but
That is a pointless time to interview him because none of that will be admissible in court when he's basically hallucinating from his infection. No fucking way, they've got police insiders. These guys are even more powerful than I thought. The across the street family plot thickens.
Troubled mind. I'll come to you.
What a friendly neighbour.
My socks have holes. But again, do I complain? I do not.
Well, you just sort of complained there, so, you know, be a man of your word, why don't you?
I'm no detective. I mean, Molly, she's amazing.
I hope he's developing a soft spot for Molly. They're the couple I want to see get together in this show.
He sees the world as full of misery. I have money. I can help.
This is an interesting sub-story.
Doctor, I want to donate a kidney. After he knows he should feel good, but he doesn't.
What's the moral of this? No matter what you do, you'll never be able to do enough?
I want to donate my corneas, but not just my corneas. I want to give it all away.
What a nice guy this man was, by the way.
So he gives the one thing he has left. His life.
Shit. Big ups to Jeremy Hofstede. If everyone was like you, there would be no suffering.
Only a fool thinks he can solve the world's problems.
Yeah, but you gotta try, don't you?
Well, yeah, I see both points of view. Like, nobody can change the way things inherently are or fix all the wrongs, but if you don't try, things will only ever get worse. And if everybody tries, things can only inevitably get better. That parable is an easy way to convince yourself there's no point to try at all. But it was a very well filmed and acted wrong point of view. Now, if this is anything like Fargo the movie, this money exchange will not go smoothly.
I called around to all the pet stores, and wouldn't you know...
Look, kid, I don't have time for this now. Just clean it up.
Oh shit, Dimitri has got to the bottom of this shit. I can't believe he interrupted him.
Remove the foreign object, cut away the necrotic tissue, and fill them full of IV antibiotics.
Fucking gross. The term necrotic tissue is fucking disgusting.
Possible the pellet passed through something before getting into Lester's hand.
You're someone.
As I said in one of the first few reactions I did, that changes Lester's apparent position during the shooting because he was found unconscious down in the basement, but where the police officer was shot was where the shotgun was used, so he had to have been in that room when that shot went off, changing the official version of events. Oh, just kick it. You know you want to kick it. Well, checking under the mat works too. If that was me, I would have done some serious door damage there before mat checking. More fool me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else she could find. And isn't the hammer stashed in the washing machine? It's really strange that's literally the first thing she gravitated towards though. Huh, no hammer. Did he move it? Am I forgetting something? That was the strangest part of this whole show so far. It takes an incredible level of instinct for that to be the first object she went to, and the first place she chose to search was the exact place we saw him stash the hammer, without any hint as to that's what to look for. That's a bit of a stretch of logic.
One night this girl thought it'd be funny to get down on all fours and let the dog hump her. The dog still had its balls.
This is horrific.
Had to shoot it behind the ear to get it off of her.
Holy shit! That story is fucked up in like 3 different ways.
There are no saints in the animal kingdom. Only breakfast and dinner.
What an interesting worldview this character has. shit, that was a smart way to disguise his identity there. But why is Colin Hanks on this road again? I don't think the supermarket king will miss $1 million too much. Look at his house. It's fucking beautiful.
How come he was there, you know? On the street. On that street, I mean, if he is our guy.
Does Malvo know he's so close to Colin Hanks right now?
After you could get together, you know, compare notes on this thing?
Sure.
Hey! It's a date. I'm happy for them both.
What'd you get for number 3? X squared. What'd you get for 4?
No, he's tapped into his daughter's radio signal. Ah, fuck. Leave his family alone, mate.
Neighborhood watch. If you don't move, I'm gonna have to call the cops.
Well, friend, there's no need for that.
This neighbour is on it. I swear he was only there for a second.
In a dark car, doing things.
You mean like sitting?
Don't be a nudnik.
Yeah, you fucking nudnik.
No, you have black eyes. You're trouble. I'm going inside and I'm calling the cops.
To be fair, this neighbour was quite on point with his assessment.
Another way they save money is they don't hook up the alarm to the phone line. So the bell rings, but the cops don't come.
God, he can be so ominous and threatening from time to time. He knows when to turn it on. I cannot get used to the snow boots with a policeman's uniform combination. It will always be strange to me.
Sorry. He's sleeping.
Congratulations to the dead cop's wife.
That's a baby, all right.
Oh, her detective skills are unmatched.
Just tell me you're taking care of it.
I'm trying, yeah.
She is. She's trying more than anyone else. Except Colin Hanks, but he's just not as good at trying as she is.
Go home. Let me sleep. You do the same. You look like a raccoon.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with people with raccoon eyes. I take offence to that, you just having had a kid, bitch. I take that back. Rest in peace to your husband. Congratulations. He could sense it was her. Okay, and that was episode 5 of season 1 of Fargo, The 6 Ungraspables, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, The 6 Ungraspables, what did I think of that? Just another tremendous episode. There literally hasn't been a bad episode yet. They've all been such top tier television. As I was hoping, we got to see Lester in the cell with the 2 henchmen. They quickly got the name Malvo out of him, and they also had a police insider who hooked him up the CCTV photo, so now they are on Billy Bob Thornton's trail. What will happen when they catch up with him? I do expect them to, but I've got a feeling so far he's just seemed to be one step ahead of absolutely everyone in this show, that he'll have something in store for these guys as well. I mean, if they end up killing him, much respect, but I've got a feeling they will catch up to him, but then he will figure out a way to outthink them also. I was wondering if the neighbours across the street from Colin Hanks were going to come back into it, and instead of the wife, who clearly was interested in him, we got to meet the husband this time, who seemed like a cool guy. They had a little heart-to-heart. He told him the parable of the rich guy that gave away all his money, which was a great little just side segment in this episode, by the way. And then later on, he was the one that talked Billy Bob Thornton to get off of the street, but not before Billy Bob Thornton threatened him. And it also makes me wonder, why the fuck was he tapping into the daughter's police radio? Is he planning on hurting Colin Hanks' kids? Because I like his character so far, even though he's a dog-murdering evil piece of shit. He's an interesting character, but if he kills Colin Hanks' kids or does something to his kids on top of having already killed the dog, I have to wipe my hands of him. I cannot support him, regardless of his uniqueness and interesting character traits, any longer. Because Lester was taken to the hospital and Molly spoke to the doctor, she figured out it was a shotgun pellet in his hand, which, as I said, completely changes where he would have been in the house at the time of the police officer's death. She went back to Lester's house to investigate, was drawn towards the washing machine, but the hammer from the back of it had since been removed. My only thing I can think is, maybe Malvo used his intuition mention as to that's where he would stash the murder weapon and actually removed it before he disappeared when we saw him go into the basement that time. That's my only thought on it just now. And the supermarket king is paying up the money. Maybe it's just because I watched the original Fargo this week, but I just expect the money transfer to go wrong in some way. Maybe it's going to go smooth, but yeah, things went to shit when the money was exchanged in the movie, so maybe they're going to take a different direction in this show, or maybe it's going to be another messy money exchange. Side note, big up to the supermarket king's seemingly inept son Dimitri, who basically got to the bottom of the locusts but was interrupted by his father before he could explain to him. If he'd had just got that one extra sentence out to his father that, you know, he phoned the pet shops and it turns out the day before some guy had went round buying up all the locusts, I don't think the supermarket king would have handed over the money, but because he told him to shut the fuck up, I guess he's going to give the money over. And I don't know what's going to happen to the fitness trainer, but it's certainly not a good sign that Billy Bob Thornton drill screwed him into a cupboard. That certainly seems like he is destined for death. Or at least implication in something. Something bad's going to happen to the dude. You don't get screw drilled into a cupboard and come out of it with good things happening to you. Historically, maybe this show again will depart from the norm. And what a great show this is turning out to be. Again, I need to thank my Patreon crew for recommending this to me. It's such high level television. I have thoroughly enjoyed every single episode so far. Cannot wait to see what happens next week as always. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.